Reciprocal chromosome is also called as the illegitimate crossing over. In simple translocation, one chromosome's deletes or deficiency occur while the non-homologous chromosome gets something additional. In this case, something is lost here and it is attached here. So deletion and addition. Translocation produce wrong type of pairing, so it will produce duplication, deficiencies and wrong segregation of the chromosome, resulting in many abnormalities. So this all we covered, and then we started the new concept also yesterday, and that was the second type of chromosomal mutation, and that is the genomatic mutation. So those mutations in which there is the change in the number of the chromosome are called as the genomatic mutations. Chromosome number is going to be changed. It can be euploidy or aneuploidy. So we learned in the last class that what exactly is the euploidy. So let's understand, let's repeat because I'm sure you must be having doubts with this concept. Something new is coming up because. So what exactly is the genomatic type of mutation? Let's understand. There are two types of the number change or genomic mutation possible. It can even be called as genomic mutation. So it will be polyploidy or otherwise the polyploidy, or it would be aneuploidy. Remember, this is something found in gametes. Okay. So what is polyploidy? Is the phenomena of having more than two sets of chromosomes, because we know maximum organisms around us are diploid. So having something more than two sets would be called as a polyploidy, or it would be called as a genomic mutation or chromosomal genomatic mutation. So it is the phenomena of having more than two sets of chromosomes, or you can say two sets of genome. Two sets of genome are there, one set in gametes, two set in zygote, or two set in diploid organism. If there are more than two genomes, it is also called as polyploidy. It occurs in nature because the chromosomes fail to separate at the time of anaphase, and the reason we have already learned in the last class, it was non-disjunction of the chromosomes. So when chromosomes don't separate from each other, the whole set may go into the next generation. Non-disjunction, or because of no formation of spindle. If spindle is not formed, then the whole chromosome will remain in the same cell. It can be artificially also done with the help of a chemical which you have learned in the 11th class, that is called as colchicine. An organism or its karyotype having more than two genomes is called as polyploid. Depending upon the number of the genome present in the polyploid, it can be called as triploid. So if it is 3n, it will be called as triploid. If it is 4n, tetraploid. If it is 5n, pentaploid. If it is 6n, hexaploid. So it goes on like this. Polyploids with the odd number of genomes are, I told in the last class that if it is generally 3n, 5n, they are not able to survive, or they are not able to perform reproduction, because making half number of chromosome is not possible here, because so they will be sterile. That's why they are changed into doubling of chromosomes. So 3n can be changed into 6n, then it will survive and will be fertile, and 5n can be changed into 10n. So if they are of odd number of the polyploidy, then they have to be grown by vegetative propagation, because sexual reproduction would not be possible in this condition. So that's why, you know, banana, how do we grow banana? Vegetative reproduction. How do we grow pineapples? Vegetative reproduction, because they are of odd number of polyploidy. Polyploids also do not crossbreed freely with diploid, and they generally have a Gigas effect. I have told in the last class, Gigas effect is the morphological and biochemical level increase. That's why everything grows bigger in their size. So polyploid is of two types we learned: allopolyploid, autopolyploid, and autoallopolyploid. So now three types are there. So what is allopolyploidy? It has developed through hybridization between two species followed by the doubling of their chromosomes. So we learned in the last class hybridization of two species followed by doubling of their chromosome number. So if you take the genome of one individual as A and the other B, and then doubling AA, this is going to be a allopolyploid. It's, for example, I've told in the last class, wheat is there, tobacco is there, and recently scientists have created Raphanobrassica and triticale, Raphanus plus brassica, triticum and sickle. In the same manner, we can have autopolyploidy. So what is autopolyploidy? It's a type of polyploidy in which there is a numerical increase in the same genome. So same genome is repeated. There is no two type of genome, but same genome repeated. So it can turn into autotriploid, autotetraploid, etc. Again, same thing, Giga's effect would be there. Example, varieties of rice and varieties of maize. Now, in the same manner, even allopolyploids are possible, which have one genome is in more than the diploid state. So you can see this one is diploid state, but this one is in the tetraploid state. Total becomes hexaploid state. These are called as allopolyploid, in which either the self genome is present in more than diploid condition, or it can be even possible to have the self genome is in the diploid condition, but the stranger's genome would be in the polyploid condition. This can also be called as a autoallo